switch on our videos. What the hell? Oh no.
Jai Gurudev, and a very good evening to us all. This is indeed a very special Friday. So I know some of us have come rushing from the insane traffic or rushing from this and that. So we'll just take a moment to just relax. If you'll indulge me, and just to close our eyes and just to be here. Just gently observing our breath.
A very good evening to all of you. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. Yeah. This is a special day for all of us to be inspired in person, even though virtually, by Beatriz. Hers is a very extraordinary journey. And I'll let you in on a small secret. When Newton shared with me, just reading through about Beatrice's life, I felt emotional. So I don't think I'm the only one. So today, let's all be inspired by this amazing journey. Welcome, special welcome to you, Beatrice. It's a great honor.
Honor is mine. Thank you very much. It's lovely to be traveling to Africa so fast just by pressing the button. Very, very, very nice. I've been to Africa quite a few times before. I was happy to have met Nelson Mandela, and I was happy to have met Nadine Gordimer. I interviewed. She was living in South Africa. I've been to across Africa on truck many times to Kenya and other countries. So I'm very happy to be with Africa. However, I would love to ask people to put the cameras on. It is not easy to talk to the chest pieces and the little chest pieces. If they had the king and the queen and the horse and everything, but they're all the same. So, doesn't matter if you didn't comb your hair, if you didn't make the bed today, doesn't matter. We won't look at that. We'll look at you. Very nice. So, it is nicer and warmer that we talk to each other and not just listen to the sounds. I like to see the colors of the rainbow. And we, humanity, are like a rainbow. Some of those are brown, some of those are chocolate color, some of those are white. Those who have white skin, I put cream and powder. I put everything to become darker. Those who are darker, they put white cream on to become lighter. Those who have curly hair, brush, brush, brush. I put the rollers on. We are just a crazy, crazy rainbow. Antoniette, put your camera on. Art of Living Kenya, put the camera on. I remember having gone to Kenya with Shri Shri Ravi Shankar. And in the middle of the jungle, we stopped to see the lions. This is 25 years ago. And all the cats, all the lions went to his car. For us, it was beautiful because then we could take photos. But you know how cats go into the garage and stand on the warm, the energy by the fireplace. And the lions are, huh? I thought somebody's saying something. Okay, the poo. put your camera on. And yes, Hatish, put your camera on. There are so many without cameras, and there are so many beautiful faces. Okay, I'm glad to see boys and men, because if it's only women, it's boring. See, if it is only women, it's boring. I was told, Beatriz, don't talk so much. We have a monitor. It is all fixed and prepared. So I'll be very happy to talk to our monitor, director of ceremonies, and so we can start with the talk. What do you think? We're already 60 people like that. Yeah, Mo, put your camera on.
Yeah.
Timbolata, put your camera on. Depu, thank you for doing that. That's so sweet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Beatrice. Yeah, thanks. And indeed, that's true. Apart from just the need to see faces, having cameras on, as we always say in the silence courses, it creates a sense of belongingness, like we're in one room. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I have a brief introduction of you, Beatrice, but on the contrary, I've decided I don't want to go through what I have. We need to hear it from you because it is so rich, so vast, and reducing it to questions would sort of limit it. So just briefly, who is Beatrice? Yeah.
Oh,
Because you've been
Beatrice,
through, yeah.
to so many things. Beatrice is
Yeah.
a woman who started looking for a path of evolution already many years ago. I'm 42, but I started 40 years ago. I started searching when I finished school. Already I said to my dad and mom, I'm going. I didn't know that I was looking for a path of evolution. 2 years to England. It's not here. I went back. 2 years to Germany, learned diploma in German language. It's not here. I went back. 2 years to France, not here. I went back. 4 years to Chicago. I looked for the path of evolution, the reason for my existence, for existence anyway, for many years. I moved from country to country, from home to home, studied Chinese 9 years. Chinese 9 years. I climbed the Everest twice, thinking maybe it is cross the Antarctic in the icebreaker, on an icebreaker, cross Siberia. You tell me. I went. And I found out that nothing of that was needed. I only had to find myself. And when I found myself, I found such peace and such wonderful experiences inside of me. And when I came to Latin America, I was born and raised in Spain. I was sent as a journalist. I'm a journalist for politics and economics. I was sent to cover the suicide of the daughter of the biggest millionaire in the world at the time. It was Aristoteles Onassis. He was a shipbuilder, and his daughter came to Argentina, and she committed suicide. She was not psychiatric sick. No, she said, "Oh, they love me for my money." Oh, she had a beautiful husband. She would do like this, one boat, like this, one corporation, like this, two boyfriends, like this, anything she could get at the tip of her fingers. And she committed suicide. It is not outside. Abundance was there in finances. She had a husband, she had a child. She took her life. So I learned that I did not need to look for. I found it with the art of living. My husband accompanied me. He pulled me to go to the meeting where the founder of the art of living, Shri Shri Ravi Shankar, some of you have met him, some of you have not, or maybe have heard about him. I thought, what is this? And he says, oh, it's related to breath and meditation. At the time, I thought meditation was for those smoking marijuana underneath a tree by the beach. I said, oh, no, this is not for me. He said, no, look at his photo. So I went. I had my first meditation experience. I tell you, my mind was like an operating theater, pristine, cold, perfect, white, crispy. Everything was so clean. I thought, wow, I have to investigate. At the end of the convention, I didn't think the man was so interesting or anything. He dressed weird. He had long hair. I thought, oh, well, my intellect criticizing, judging. There was a lady saying outside, do you want to take the stress management program? I said, stress management? I'll take 2. And she said, no, 1 is enough. I said, okay, my husband, why don't we go to the stress management program? And he said, no, you go. You are the stressed one. I'm not stressed. I was at the time directing a press office with 14 different publications from all over the world. And then she said, oh, if there is 2 of you, there is discount. Oh, he said, if there is discount, we both go. So he went for the discount, I went for the stress. And the first day, I already wanted to go because we sat on the floor and then no shoes. I said, why not shoes? And, all these things that were foreign to my culture, just like it probably has been to you when you went for the first time. And I said to him, let's go. This is going to be like a North American show. Me, Johnny, you, Mary, how are you? Let's go. And he said, no, we've already paid. So because of the payment, we both stayed. And then the Sudarshan Kriya, the major breath work technique came. I was suspended in the ocean of existence. No thoughts. It was such a fantastic thing. When it ended, I said, I have to tell people that there is such a thing. And believe me, I've gone all over the world. I have done anything you mention it. I did it. I've been a competition writer. I've been, I interviewed Queen Elizabeth, I interviewed Lady Di, and I interviewed Dalai Lama, and all the presidents of Latin America. Boring. All the presidents of Latin America, boring. Politicians, they always say the same thing. Many fascinating stories to my life. But this, I thought, wow. And since then, I became a voluntary teacher in Argentina, traveling from Mexico to Canada, from Spain, Madrid to Colombia. I traveled to Chile, Paraguay, telling people, listen, don't just stay home. Take this, test it, and then you will see 80,000 people have taken the program with me alone. In Latin America, over 1.5 million people. And 800 people became teachers. You guys in Africa have to tell Africans that there is something that can change their lives. And change their lives, you don't need to change partners, you don't need to have a different job, you don't need to have a new religion, you don't need nothing. I was born and raised a Catholic. I will die a Catholic. I'm not going to convert. This has got nothing to do with religion. And I didn't change partners also. I didn't change my career. I only changed my mind. Instead of sitting in this, the chair of anxiety, stress, I have to run. No, I don't have any time. Please let me go. Instead of that, I have practiced since then every single day. I brush my teeth. I wash my hair. No, I wash my hair. I don't wash it every day because then it becomes white. Then they dye. I have to wash it every 4 days only. But I take a shower and then I sit and wash my mind. And 5,000 policemen have taken the program with me. 3,500 people in prison have taken the program with me, and housewives in the shanty town or the spouse of the president. It doesn't matter. Inside of us, we have all a baby that needs to be looked after. Our baby has been hurt. Our baby needs to be listened to. Our baby needs to be healed. And this is what I learned with the art of living, healing emotions, healing the baby inside. This is my presentation. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, so rich, so rich. And you've created the title From Gin and Tonic to Meditation. With all this rich journey where you've started yourself from journalism to all that, as you've shared, but also having interacted with a wide spectrum. I mean, from politicians to monarchy to politicians to the corporate world. How would you bring to perspective this title, From Gin and Tonic to Meditation, for all of us as we are here?
That's my biography. I used to need gin tonic to get going, to be happy, to be powerful, to be ready to write stories and to have stamina. And it was such a mistake because I realized that alcohol damages my beautiful intelligence inside. The nervous system has a beautiful intelligence that knows how, when I'm watching, I know which star is this one, which star is the other one. When I eat, there is agents, delivery, who go and find the calcium inside of my tummy and go and find the potassium. And they don't make mistakes. Potassium goes to the brain, calcium goes to the bones, fiber goes to the intestine. Such a fantastic intelligence that makes the heart beat, that makes the liver filter, and the gin tonic damages all of that. So I am now more bright. I have a better intuition, which way to go, more focus. My intellect has become sharper, and I don't need gin tonic to be happy. I've noticed that now I'm a happy woman. I don't need to make myself happy with the gin and tonic or with the beer or with the wine. You have no sound. Your mic is gone. No. Mike.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Absolutely true, Beatriz. And we've experienced, as art of living teachers, and as well as I'm sure you also, where as you go to corporates, there's so much allegiance to like unwinding with a glass of wine in front of the TV. I'll be okay. How do you really get to inspire? Because you have talked to corporates across the board. How do you actually inspire them to pull them out of where they are, to show them the lighter side of life? As Gurudev says, make life lighter. Yeah.
There is no need to induce tranquility. There is no need to induce happiness. There is no need to induce with this relaxing excuse of having the wine. You escape from your mind. No need to escape from your mind when your mind is tranquil and happy and giving you clear thoughts, good decisions, and having good friends. So you talk to people through the example and tell them, look at me. I've been sitting in your chair, and I can tell you, you can sleep better, you can produce better. If you're a mother, you'll be a better mother. If you are a manager, you'll be a better manager. There is no worse enemy than a mind which is out of control. And the best friend, better than a mom, better than a husband or a wife, better than a grandmother, is your mind in control. The football matches are not won by Messi's legs. His legs are just like yours or mine, or any trained person. but his mind is sharp. And when he's going to run behind, and then he sees where to go with the ball. And it is the mind. So I tell people, if you already have a beautiful life, beautiful partnership, beautiful experiences, everything is perfect, no need then, no need to take anything. But who says that? Whoever says I have nothing to change, nothing to improve, maybe he has to be improved the whole life.
Yeah. And you mentioned in passing that you are Catholic, and
Yes.
that meditation really has got nothing to do with religion, which is absolutely true. But we do come across some kind of resistance to that. Can you just elaborate a little in your experience, how you have encountered and dealt with such?
Breath, the planet breathes, the plants breathe, the animals breathe, and humans breathe, whether they are Catholic, African religions, or they have Hinduism, or they have no religion at all. So breath doesn't have any religion. What the art of living is transmitting is using the cheapest medicine of the world, your own breath, without side effects, teaching them to use it to make benefit, to profit from the many advantages breath has. And using breath, not breathing regularly. We all breathe perfect. It's not related to that. It's teaching them that there are so many different techniques and so many different things you can do with breath that once you know, then you cannot let go because you feel so much better. Yeah.
You're
Your mic.
muted, Pauline.
Pauline.
You're muted.
I keep on forgetting to, sorry about that. Yeah, to take you again to your interactions with politicians. They do a good job, in making sure the country is running well and all that. And I found they're more resistant to taking that time out. It's like it's a waste of time. How has your interaction with them, how have you, how did you get a breakthrough? Yeah.
Politicians need the art of living more than anybody in the world because they are in total stress. First, fighting to get the seats. Once they get the seats, fighting not to lose. So it's a constant stress. And besides, if they are good politicians, there are 20 breakfasts, they have to go here and there, over there, and then the family, and then this and that, many trips, many things. So politicians need more than ever. And if you say to them, look, you want to keep your seat, you want to, remain a good politician, you want to have a calm family life beyond politics, do you want to keep your children happy beyond politics? Everybody has something. So politicians do not have an inner baby which is different. It doesn't matter. They also need assistance. They also need mental health and emotional health, because otherwise they get into fights, they get into, many problems. So politicians need more than anybody else. It just depends on how you present it. If you present this as improving your life and your sleep and improving the quality of your relationships and improving productivity, then, and it is a fact, it's not an invention. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. And you mentioned that you used to really run from here to there, chasing after success, thinking that when you do this, you'll succeed when you do. And then it dawned on you. What do you think actually happened? How did that dawning happen? Because there's so many out there who think success is in doing this and that and that and that.
There are millions who think that success is outside. and people run after another master's degree, people run after another bank account, people run a different country, a different house, they change partners, they more sex, they want to have more of these, more everything, more of everything. And the mind goes with them to the other country, to the other partner, to the other sex shop, to the other politician. The mind goes with them. So if you don't know how to row a boat, you will not know how to. Huh?
I think it's
Can
just
you?
an interference.
Okay. If you don't know how to row this boat, you will not know how to row the other boat. That changing partners, changing careers, changing corporations will not change. You have to take responsibility. It is my own responsibility to be a happy man and a happy woman, not when I get this, when I can change, or accusing everybody because of you I'm so unhappy, because of the money, because of politics, because of this, because of that. No, take responsibility for your feelings, take responsibility for improving your lifestyle, and do not wait for your family, your children, your money to change your life. Because I tried and I realized it wasn't out there, it is inside, it is my mind. And now at my age, I have a power of convincing people. I was in a press conference recently, and this is before I went to the Antarctic. And I heard somebody has gone to the Antarctic. I thought, oh, how fascinating. I said to him, this was New York Times foreign correspondent. And I said, this year I'm going to go to the Antarctic. And he said, yes, I am going to be a neurosurgeon. I don't know if he's a neurosurgeon, but I boarded 6 months later. I boarded the icebreaker and returned from the Antarctic on the Hercules aeroplane, where only troops and tanks, and fascinating. When your mind is focused, you can not only heal yourself, you can also convince people, you can also transform lives, like first yours and then that of many. Why don't we also allow those people who are watching ask if they have any questions? What do you think?
Yes, we are going to have a slot for that. Just one
Very good.
other question to say, for all of us who are here, what would you say is just a simple thing that one can do for more calm and clarity?
First step is take responsibility. Do not blame. My dearest God, you made a mistake with me because you gave me the partner who is completely wrong. My children are impossible. My job, oh, the money is bad, but complaining. Send a letter saying, this is me, David, very intelligent. No, you just take responsibility and do whatever you can around yourself. Yeah, you don't need to go to the Antarctic for your everyday life. You need to be at peace and accepting and moving. The more people you help, the more help comes to you. So go out of a comfortable home and stretch. Do not expect, that whole of Africa is going to come to you. Do not expect that. But if you just start doing little by little, I mean, Telecom, Telefonica, HSBC, Santander Bank, the Citibank, all of these managers and down, everyone has taken the program with me. So it's not only housewives, journalists from all over the world, doctors go to the hospitals and they tell the doctors. Once a doctor starts, then they are very happy and they send their patients to you also because they need physical healing and mental healing. Romans used to say, healthy mind, healthy body. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one last one before we invite our audience here. You've mentioned briefly how you met with Gurudev And do you have another guru story that you'd like to share with us?
Guru stories are many.
I know. I know.
In Africa, we went to Kenya, evening time. We went to watch the hippos coming out, and there was a wooden platform. Maybe somebody's here from those old times. And we all climbed the platform, and they were watching the hippos coming out of the river, panting and blowing. And then he said, nobody looked at the hippos. Everybody was, it was maybe 20 of us watching Shiri Shiri. And he started taking us into meditation without a word. All little by little, we went like this. And we were in silence for maybe 20 minutes. And then at the end, he said, "What did you see?" I had not seen anything. But Rishi Nitya Praya, he said, "I saw masks." And then some lady from Africa said, "I saw painted faces." And then somebody else said something, colors. And he said, they were the ancestral souls from Africa who came because they came to pay respect to all of us, beautiful souls, those from Africa, ancestral souls. Maybe they were, 2 million years old. I don't know. Nobody asked anything. We just went. And many had seen, I had not seen anything. Many had seen. There was one meeting in Latin America, and there were ladies, one lady from Uruguay, and he said to her, "Last night you had a dream about me." And she said, "No." And she said, "Yes, you came to my dreams." Or, "I went into your dreams." No. And then she said, "Yes, and you were talking Spanish." "Yes, I remember." And then the lady started telling the story. But imagine, he's telling this lady that she had a dream on him the night before. And then I saw in Cuba, because the FARC guerrilla were in Cuba, hiding from Colombia, went to Cuba. And I accompanied him to the mediation process. It was maybe 1 week. The Vatican had gone, nothing. The Red Cross had gone, nothing. United Nations had gone, nothing. Journalists had gone, nothing. Presidents of countries, nothing. 50 years of warfare, 200,000 people killed. He came 1 week. In the beginning, the guerrilla heads, they all came with bodyguards. Nobody, everybody was facing the door. Nobody would sit giving back to the door. And Shiri was, they were like this, like, what do you want? At the end, they were all fighting to take a selfie. Take a selfie, take a selfie. I saw those men, Katatumbo, the leader of the guerrilla, meditating like me.
Yeah.
And then saying, "Sir, can I touch your hand?" And he said, "Yes." He said, in Colombia, when I was a baby, the saints were made of stone. I have the feeling now that I'm in front of a living saint. Can I touch you? I thought, oh my goodness, this guy's already cooked more than myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
They called for a press conference. I was to witness there. And they signed the peace agreement and laid their arms down. And a week later, Colombia received the Nobel Peace Prize. And not Shiri Shiri, because he's always in the back. Colombia received the Nobel Peace Prize. Imagine, 50 years of warfare. Everybody had gone. He went, and he changed the people's mind. Jai Gurudev.
Through meditation. That's so deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And thanks for sharing that. And at this moment, I think we'll invite our guests, our audience.
If anybody
for
wants to say
questions
something.
to Beatriz. This is a special moment, so don't miss it.
Everybody's shy. Everybody's shy.
No, no one. They'll
Okay.
ask.
Nisha, how do you... A ver, she wrote something.
Yeah.
Nisha wrote, but I cannot see it. I think it's gone. You can see whatever she wrote. Nisha.
How do you tactfully answer people who say to you that they are not interested in breathing and meditating? What do you say to them? Yeah, that's Nisha's question.
Nisha, it's not a matter of being interested or not. No one says no to something good, tasty, healthy, and positive. So do not ever set that in your mind. They may say, I have no time. See, I have no time. Whoever says I have no time is the equivalent of I have no life. You say you work 8 hours for a corporation, you work 8 hours for the school, you work for a hospital, and you will not have half an hour a day for your own mind like that. And if he says that he or she says, oh, I'm already so happy, I don't need anything. Okay, good, all the best. I have not heard in 25 years one person say they don't need any changes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, what else?
Whilst we get another question, maybe you can just say something about service, your role in serving. How does that enrich your life? How do you inspire others to serve?
Start doing something for others. You take one step, the universe takes 200 towards you. So you just take one step. Gurudev said, if you have been able to change anybody's life, improve, or make anybody smile, it is worth that you have been born. Just one person that you can help. So seva is part of our nature. So stretch your hand. My telephone is never closed. Even in the middle of the night, I never say, no, 4 o'clock in the night. No, I say, what do you need? Because if somebody's calling me at 4 o'clock in the night, they are in need. Okay, wrap yourself in a blanket, take an Uber, I'll pay for the taxi, you come, we'll talk. So, be available for people. I'll tell you, there will not be hundreds needing you, but whenever they need you, you're there. And then create seva programs. We have created helping hands of the art of living in Argentina, and maybe in 7 different neighborhoods, we go and feed the people. We sing bhajans with them, take the guitar, we do a stretching, and then also we go to the prisons. There are many programs that you can do, and then invite newcomers to go and join.
Yeah. And on this journey, how would you say it has affected your relationships? Say your family relationships, your relationships with
Improved.
friends?
You become, now, this is before we closed, at the level of the intellect, better decisions, less fighting of teams, whenever it is a group, working together. At the level of the intellect, you know which way to go, this way or this other way. Yeah. So if you need to make money, you will be more clever, more bright, and clear. At the level of the emotions, you'll be more understanding. You know how to express your feelings better, and you know how to understand what your child or your partner needs. Sometimes we go so fast we don't even see the other one, and we go pop, 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 like a tractor. And so you become more sensitive, you become more sensible, you become a softer person to live with. Yeah, that is related to children, to partners, and to colleagues at work. Yeah, because at work we spend a lot of time. And then at the level of physical health, the sugar level goes drastically down. The hypothalamus becomes clear. The vagus nerve is in charge of the filter of the kidneys, of the beating of the heart. It is in charge of the, how do you say, the eyelids blinkering.
Yeah.
And when you're stressed, blinking, when you're stressed, the vagus nerve goes like this. And when you do the Sudarshan Kriya, the vagus nerve relaxes. So there are so many benefits at the level of intellect, emotional level, and physical health. Who says I don't need any of this? Come on.
Yeah, that's so true. And I don't know, I don't see another question there.
Question, no.
Yeah.
I think they are bored
Yeah.
already. They want to go home.
Hi, Praveen. Sorry, Sachin's hand is up. Sachin, please unmute and you can share.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Jai Gurudev Beatriz, I don't know if you remember me. Almost 19 years in Kenya, when Guruji was here. We were doing guru chasing in the cars. And I wasn't there in the Mara, the incident you described, but you said something to me that totally transformed my life in my practices. I remember you also started this session with the experience you had, with doing the Kriya. I had a very powerful Kriya experience, but in meditation, I remember asking you, I don't see lights, I don't do anything, but you said something to me that encouraged me. You said, don't judge your meditation by what happens in the meditation, but how your mind is, how your life is between two meditations. And that awareness, I could see that so much change has happened in me, So thank you for that. One more thing, I was sitting with my wife and you at what used to be the Norfolk Hotel.
I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous.
No, so Norfolk Hotel, both of us were sitting. So one thing you got wrong. I remember both of us talking to you, and you looked at Meena, my wife, and you said, I'd expressed my intention of becoming a teacher. And you said, no, Meena will become a teacher faster than you. But I became a teacher. I became a teacher 5 years later.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Congratulations.
So good to see you
Congratulations.
and your
Yeah.
energy. It's so inspiring. Yeah. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. Very nice. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And believe me, you don't meditate. You are meditated. You don't sleep. You're put to sleep because otherwise nobody would take pills. You don't become sick. You just, illness comes to you. Thoughts, you don't think. Thoughts come to you. Everything comes to you. Everything is ruled by the universe. Only thing you have to do is do the best you can with that which you have. And you have so much. And we complain and we want more and we want to change. You could be so happy and make so much out of what you already have. In this 57 people or whatever, there are so many things that we have. A collection, we could make a whole country with our minds, our energy, our intelligence, our love, everything. And we are sitting at home complaining. Oh, it says, Newton, you won the lottery. Oh, I have to go and get paid. Okay, thank you. What else? Then we go.
Yeah. For somebody who's outside listening to you, is there another hand up?
Yeah, there is one hand up.
Yeah. Okay. Unmute and speak. Hi.
Okay, hi.
Hi. Yeah. Now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, very good.
Yes.
Okay, Jai Gurudev. Beatrice, I was with you at Masai Mara. I remember the incident with Guruji, with the lions and everything. And it was absolutely amazing. I've met you in Berlin as well. I think we've met quite a few times and you've inspired me every time I've met you. Thank you.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Tonight, I will go out happy. Okay. Mitali. Yeah. Jai Gurudev. She's asked to say something. I cannot read it. It went. Okay. Okay. Listen.
Jai Gurudev. Yeah. I'll read it. Jai Gurudev, hello seniors. I'm very new in Art of Living. I want to do seva. My aim in life is is to become others totally, but my situation right now is different. I'm fighting with my career, which is not stable now, and my family also needs something. But my aim to become others and to completely emerge in Seva is not in sync with my current situation.
No need
What should
to,
I do right now?
No
I
need
feel
to
very
immerse.
impulsive.
Okay, hold on. No need to fully immerse in Seva. You can do Seva with your family, Seva with your career, Seva with yourself, and then also a little bit Seva outside. No need to just fully immerse in Seva. Doing your family is also Seva. Doing your career is also Seva. Seva is doing, and not just sitting and scratching your tummy. And if now the situation for you in life is to look after the family, you look after the family, whether it is the elderly parents or it is the children. Gurudev wants the family to be first, then your career second. Finish your career, your job, and then there is always time for a little extra seva. And now for seva is your mind. Do your breath work every day, your meditation every day, and you will become as beautiful as, the rainbow.
Yeah. Is there any other hand up? If not, I would say what? Either one or two takeaways can we give us?
I've already given you the
Practical
takeaway of taking responsibility, and do not wait for other things to make you happy. Don't wait for the money to make me happy, for my partner, for sex to make me happy, for success to make me happy. No, start being happy yourself. You have plenty to be happy. So that's one thing, taking responsibility, and do not blame because of you, because of the situation, because of this, because of the whatever it is. Do not blame the others. Whatever happens, happens. You just go through, become a firefighter. And the firefighters, they are even volunteer. They don't get paid. And they don't reach a location on fire and say, oh my God, better go home. This is too much. 3 floors on fire. No, they say, get out, children, help me with the truck. You just get the water pipe. Help me with this. Climb the front and get the grandmother out. She's inside. Go to the basement, get the dogs out. The dogs were already inside. And find solutions. You become a firefighter when the situation is adverse. And I tell you, you go home and sleep like a baby. And boyfriends are going to fly, or girlfriends are going to fly to you like fleas. You're going to have to say no need. And money is going to come to you also. But if you sit and cry and wait, nothing will happen. Okay? Girls and boys, I have to leave. I love to be in Africa, but I would love if you invite me and come in person. And then I'll train. My English is becoming rusty because I've not spoken English in such a long time. So you invite me, I'll come to Africa. We'll do a tour of Africa, and we can do, theater talk or something like this. I go and talk to the politicians that say no, and you will see how politicians also take. I've seen the terrorists, I've seen the presidents of the countries, I've seen the people in prison, I've seen the bank managers. Once you just talk heart to heart, everybody understands. And this I've learned from my master that I've looked for all these years. And now I told him, you made me look for you all over the world. And now I find you in this village. And he says, in the meantime, you became more complete. So be happy. And I am happy. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you.
Jai Gurudev. And from all of us, thank you so much for this time with you. It's really been eye-opening.
You make me happy if you say happy, and you say ha ha. I say happy, happy, ha ha, ha. Oh, put your mics on.
Happy,
ha ha,
ha ha.
happy, Ha ha Gurudeva. Okay.
Thank you so much, Jai
Thank you so much.
Sleep tight.
Thank you very
Jai
much.
Gurudev.
Yeah,
Jai Gurudev.
Yeah,
That was
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, really
Please, Tonic, to
awesome.
come speak to our politicians. They do seriously need us in our country.
Yeah.